And good Monday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Upperman High School in Baxter, Tennessee, where we are set for a District 7 AAA high school baseball matchup as the Livingston Academy Wildcats take on the Upperman Bees. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Thrilled to be joined in the press box by my friend Jacob Vinson. Tonight's broadcast presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant. A big one as we welcome you into the Crouch team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show. Jacob, the district has come into its final week of the regular season. The stakes are clear. A Livingston sweep over the next 2 days. Livingston wins the district title. Upperman wins one of the next two in as many nights against the Wildcats, and they once again become 7 AAA district regular season champions. A lot of storylines in this one, and of course, it's one of the area's oldest rivalries. Every time Upperman and Livingston get together, we've got fireworks.
Yeah, and there's already a lot of fans out here for this one. Of course, a beautiful afternoon. Not quite as warm as it's been the last couple of weeks, but it has been great out today. The sun is shining, and there are a ton of fans here in Baxter on both sides. For LA, it is completely blue over on the Hawkeye side, and it's a blackout for Upperman today as well. They know this one means a lot. However, there are some developments in terms of who is playing in this game today.
Some major developments in terms of who is playing in this game, particularly for the homestanding Upperman Bees. But first, good to be back on the headset. Missed a week last week.
Welcome back.
Was supposed to have a couple of games away on a trip down for a wedding for some of our family friends down there in Destin, beautiful Destin, but then I got sick before, so I missed the entirety of last week. I watched every pitch of every game. You and Rusty did a great job on the call, but I'm glad to be back here, of course, here in Baxter for this big one. And yeah, the big one, a player who we were talking earlier today is starting to put together a real Mr. Baseball campaign. No Caden Shanks in the lineup today for Upperman offensively or defensively. We don't expect that to be a long-standing absence, but he is not available tonight, and that is a huge one when you talk about this ball game. Livingston throwing their number one with Carson Parrott. No Caden Shanks on the other side. The door is open for Livingston Academy in this one.
Well, and the way that he has been hitting the baseball has been absolutely phenomenal. Had another triple against CPA on Saturday, and the way he's been pitching it, obviously he came in that 7th inning to close the ball game out in the 6th inning, and the bottom of the 6th inning against CPA on Saturday, and pitched really well in that game. So not having him available today is definitely going to hurt him both in the lineup and at shortstop as well. He's your starting shortstop. So Chris Worsing is going to be there today. You've got Juju Yano on the mound, so you've got a bit of a different middle infield today and just one less player in the lineup as well. That is a really good bat.
We've got a great pitching matchup. Juju Yano against Carson Parrott. We'll tell you about it and get the first pitch when we come back. It's Upperman against Livingston. First pitch coming up next. Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Welcome back. The final full week of the regular season is here, and we've got a big District 7 AAA doubleheader series on tap over the next 2 nights. It's the Livingston Academy Wildcats and the Upperman Bees. I'm Noah McKay on the call, joined by Jacob Vincent. Tonight's broadcast presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. It's a blackout game at home for the Bees. They are in the black pinstripe jerseys, Livingston in the road, gray jerseys and pants with the blue numbers and letters outlined in white trim. And the starting lineups will come up 1 through 9 like this for the Livingston Academy Wildcats. Leading things off is the shortstop, number 4, Zach Connerman. Batting second is the starting pitcher, Carson Parrott. Batting third, the right fielder, Tayshawn Hayes. Batting fourth is the left fielder, Dylan York. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Dawson Ledbetter. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Ryan Paul Campbell. Batting seventh, the third baseman is Drew Goolsby. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Ethan Hooks. And batting ninth is the catcher, Drake Blankenship. Not batting is the second baseman, Corbin Burns. Their opponent on the mound, the right-handed junior Juju Yano. He has been sensational this year, a 1.06 earned run average, a 3-0 record. This is his 5th start of the season, 8th appearance. He has 2 complete games and a shutout to go along with it. In 26 1/3 innings, Juju Yano has allowed 23 hits, 14 runs only, 4 of them earned, 36 strikeouts to 13 walks, and batters batting .228 against him. Jacob Benson. On every other roster in the Upper Cumberland, Juju Yano is a bona fide number 1. This Upperman team has 3 number 1s with Yano, Shanks, and Curtis, but he has been great this year on the mound.
Yeah, in terms of the numbers, he's got the best numbers out of anybody on the mound so far this year. You just went through them, and he's just been so consistent. He had a really good outing against Cumberland County last week. Before that, it was against DeKalb County, and he goes 5, 6, or 7 innings every single time he's out there. Not the biggest strikeout guy, but he can get you strikeouts. He's going to pitch to a little bit more contact, but he's always in the zone. He really trusts his defense. He does not throw a lot of balls outside of the zone. He doesn't throw a lot of pitches either. He's able to get early on in counts, get ahead in counts, and he's able to make the other batters swing away against him and trust his defense. Now, again, that also goes back to what we talked about in the Crouch Team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show, and that your defense is a little bit different today. You don't have Kane Shanks up the middle. You've got Braden Green over at second base instead of Yano over at second base, and then kind of normal on the corners with Carson Shoup on the left side and Alec Wilson on the right side. Good thing is you do have Justin Fallon back out in center field as well, so that brings back a little bit of familiarity there.
Yeah, it's a very different Upperman defense today. They will line up behind Juju Yano like this, catching the balls in strikes. One of the best defensive catchers in the state of Tennessee. Rookie Allison. Over at first base is Alec Wilson. The third baseman is Carson Shoup. That's where the changes begin. Your second baseman is Braden Green. The shortstop is Chris Worsing. That puts Carson Holroyd back into the lineup. He's out in right field. Evan Huddleston, he's in left field tonight. And in center is Justin Fallon. Livingston has to sweep the next 2 days to win the district. Upperman, 1 win in the next 2. They win the regular season district title. Upperman has not lost in District 7 AAA in 746 days, dating back to April 7th, 2022. Livingston hopes to change it as Zach Connerman climbs in and watches ball 1 miss upstairs. Connerman, Parrott, and Hayes due up in this half against Julian Yano, the junior right-hander, who kicks and deals the 1-0. That one's right there for a strike. A little delayed call, but it is 1-1 here from Yano to Cotterman. And this top 4-5 has been really good for Livingston this year. This is a Livingston team with a tremendous record. This one rolled over towards Carson Shoup. Fields it cleanly, loads up and beats the speedy Cotterman by half or a step or two. And it's quickly 1 up, 1 down. But 1 through 5, Cotterman, Parrott, Hayes, York, and Ledbetter, they've been great this year. They've propelled Livingston to this 16-3 record. They need the production out of the 6 through 9 in this series. But first, they need that top 5 to come through as Carson Parrott climbs in.
Yeah, I mentioned to you guys earlier today, 75 strikeouts in those bottom 4 batters in the lineup so far this season. So a lot of strikeout numbers in that bottom 4. But you said it, the top 5 have been really solid so far.
First pitch misses upstairs here to Carson Parrott, the MVP of this team this year. Parrott stands in against Yano, who missed upstairs again. That's been the miss early on. The goes up there again, 2-0 here from Yano. Beautiful night for baseball in the Upper Cumberland. 63 degrees and just very thin clouds up in the sky. Sun glaring down. Can't ask for much better here as we head into late April. The 2-0. This one ripped through the gap between third and short, and it's a 1-out single for Carson Parrott to set the table for Tayshawn Hayes.
And that's what he does all season long. He puts the bat on the ball. He's batting .434, obviously rising that with that hit there. Leads the team in extra base hits, and he's 11 for 11 on stolen bases. A little bit different when you've got rookie Allison behind the plate, though.
Rookie Allison is behind the plate, but again, those different middle infielders today. Braden Green's played a lot of second. To my memory, one of the first times this year that we've seen the freshman Chris Worsing at shortstop for Upperman. Hayes stands in. Shoup in at the corner here for Upperman. The middle infielders at double play depth. Healthy lead for Parrott against a right-handed pitcher who does throw over. Yano checks over, back in plenty of time as Parrott. 6 pitches into the outing here for Yano. Livingston would love to strike first, and we have already a call over to the dugout who was chirping, and he does not like that at all when they are chirping once the pitcher gets to the rubber. We've seen 3 warnings this year across the UCR guys, and all from the same umpire. As the lead is taken by Parrott, and now we'll see if we get the AB started to Tayshawn Hayes. Yano kicks and deals. There's that breaking ball in, and it's a really good pitch. He brings that fastball in the low 80s and then rips off the it's a curveball technically. He's got that slurve action as it dips across.
He's about 80, 81 so far on the fastball. He can get up closer to the mid-80s at times, but then he drops that curveball in there and lower 70s, sometimes in the 60s.
0-1 coming here to Tayshawn Hayes. Yano deliberately checks over a couple of times. He brings off that curve again. That time doesn't get the call as it's 1-1. Yeah, remember that first where kind of Yano really emerged to the top of this rotation was there in Hoover against Prattville on that Wednesday night in Alabama. The first pitch of the game was an 83-mile-an-hour fastball, and the last pitch of the game was an 83-mile-an-hour fastball as he went 112 pitches in that game. And now another throw over. That one's a bit closer, but Parrott dives back in. You've got the experienced first baseman Alec Wilson over there to apply the tag.
We saw Juju Yano do that a few times against Cumberland County last week, and one of the times I thought he got him out at first base, but he's got a really good move and usually puts it on the money each time.
Hayes awaits the 1-1 pitch from Yano. Parrott takes another half step over there at the first base. Now again, that big looping breaking ball drops in on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hayes.
Tayshawn Hayes, he's got a little bit of power. 1 home run on the season, 14 driven in.
Big ballpark here. We'll tell you the dimensions after this 1-2 pitch as Yano checks and deals in again, looking for that breaking ball. That time missed inside. He's thrown 4 of them already here to Tayshawn Hayes. A good fastball hitter, 2-2. It's 325 to the foul poles here, 345 into the gaps, and 375 to dead center field. The wind, not a big factor tonight, blowing gently left to right. Now again, another move over. There's a lot of attention being paid. You mentioned the stolen base numbers for Carson Parrott. They want to keep him out of scoring position with the ever-dangerous Dylan York looming on deck here for the Wildcats.
If anything, you're just going to tire him out before he gets out there on the mound.
2-2. Yeah, Parrott, the type of runner that you don't put a courtesy runner out there for. Breaking ball again, that time swung on and just tipped back and we will do it again.
Yeah, a little bit out in front of it, but did a good enough job to get the end of the bat off of it. Just the foul tip to stay alive in it. 2-2 count. Been a long at bat here. Not necessarily a lot of pitches, been a few throws over, and then just kind of long looks in, really focusing on the batter here.
5 straight breaking balls to open up the AB to Tayshawn Hayes as it's 2-2. Carson Parrott waiting at first, what seems a long time ago when he ripped that single over in the left field. Yano, long look, now the 2-2. Another breaking ball. This one's rolled over towards Worsing. There's only one play as he loads up, and he double clutched it, and that's enough for Hayes to make it over there. Not sure if it didn't come out of the hands clean or just didn't trust the throw. Either way, Livingston has an opportunity now with 2 on and 1 out.
Yeah, it looked like kind of when he went to that transfer, maybe he just bobbled it a little bit, couldn't get a good grip on it, and now the best hitter at the plate for the Wildcats with 1 runners on first and second is Dylan York coming to the plate. He's got 27 runs driven in so far this season, and that leads the team by quite a bit.
The errors have been a problem for Upperman, particularly against this top competition that they've faced. Of course, the record very deceiving with this Bees team as they've got a 14-10 record and have faced just a gauntlet, all 10 losses outside of the district. First pitch fastball right down the middle of the plate. Called a ball, 1-0. Buckle your seatbelts tonight. Runners at first and second. Dylan York looming now here, trying to strike first. Here comes the 1-0 from Yano. This one sent foul. Evens the count up at 1. Livingston with the 16-3 record, Upperman at 14-10. That doesn't tell the entire story. Upperman, we just kind of alluded to it, maybe the most difficult non-district slate, especially of 3A teams in this state. Of course, they want to win more of those games, but they've lost to some top teams. As the 1-1 about to come here from Yano. Checks back now. That one too high, 2-1. And talk about out of the district. Those 3 teams out of Alabama, including nationally ranked Bob Jones, nationally ranked Blessed Trinity out of Georgia, lost a couple of games down there. CPA on Saturday, Watertown, one of the top teams in 2A. Baylor, the top team in Division 2 2A, which is close to NCAA, as that one is set looking at a play 2-2. You get in Division 2 2A, you got the transfer portal, you got boarding schools, you got a whole bunch of stuff there. To be the top dog down there, that's pretty impressive.
A lot of Division 1 recruits and commits on those teams, as Upperman's got as well.
Livingston, for the most part, non-district, they kept it in the Upper Cumberland. Gordonsville a couple of times, Clay County a couple of times. But it's worked for them as they've got this record. Now they're taking a crack at Upperman. The 2-2 from Yano. Breaking ball misses inside. And now a big moment here in this first inning. Dawson Ledbetter on deck. And we've got a full count here to Dylan York with runners at first and second.
York just 6 strikeouts on the year. Not a huge guy that'll get a lot of strikeouts. He draws a good amount of walks, though. 13 walks.
That's an impressive number out of this spot in the order. Here comes the 3-2. Fastball. Ball 4. Bases loaded here for Livingston Academy. It'll bring up Dawson Ledbetter, the big first baseman.
Well, and for Ledbetter, he's batting .267, got the 1 home run on the year, and that came at Livingston Academy. And you mentioned the field dimensions here at Upperman, and we talk about them pretty much every single game because it's a huge field, especially down the lines, 325 each side, 375 dead center, and 345 in the power alleys. If he puts a charge into one, at least to get a run in, you'd love to see that here in the first inning. And this is really first amount of trouble that we've seen Juju Yano deal with in his last few starts on the mound.
I'm going to be honest with you, Jacob. I got no clue where that fastball missed. He kicks and delivers in that one. Called a strike, 0-1. Bases loaded here. And a big opportunity for Livingston. Upperman has trailed in several district games this year. They trailed heavily against Stone Memorial both games. As the 0-1 breaking ball dips out of the zone for a ball 1-1 to Ledbetter. They trailed against DeKalb County in the first inning. And now looking at potentially trailing as Livingston wants to put up a big number. They know they need probably several against this Upperman lineup. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball. This one sent up into the air, and it's ranging back for Fallon. He is under it. He has a cannon, but this is plenty deep enough as the runner tags up and will score. Dawson Ledbetter does the job. An RBI sac fly scores Carson Parrott, and Livingston strikes first. It's 1-0 Wildcats.
Yeah, really good job by Dawson Ledbetter. Just sends it out to center field deep enough to let an easy run come in. Everybody else stays put because they know Fallon's got an arm out there in center. So still just runners on first and second with 2 outs now for Ryan Paul Campbell.
And this is where Livingston, if they want to put together big innings, they got to get more production here in the 6 through 9 spots in the order. As Ryan Paul Campbell stands there with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Yano out of the stretch, checks back and delivers home quickly. Waved at and missed for strike one.
And if you're Juju Yano, if you're able to get out of this only allowing the one run, having bases loaded and just the one out, feel pretty darn good about that.
Leadoff batter grounded out, then a single, error, and a walk. Loaded the bases as that one is across for strike two, and Yano quickly goes ahead of Campbell, 0-2.
Up to 82 on the gun that time.
Live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel tonight, we welcome you into Baxter, Tennessee. The 24th pitch of the inning from Yano is ripped. Worsing, though, over there in time to record the out. Yano gets out of a bases-loaded jam, but Livingston strikes first to make it 1-0. We'll tell you about the Upperman lineup and the pitcher, Carson Parrott, when we come back. You're watching high school baseball presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Welcome back to righty Carson Parrott on the mound for Livingston Academy. He has a 1-0 lead, and he will face an Upperman lineup that bats 1 through 9 like this. And once again, it is different for the Bees. The leading things off is the center fielder, Justin Fallon, followed up by the left fielder, Evan Huddleston. Chris Worsing bats third. He's the shortstop. Batting fourth is the first baseman, Alec Wilson. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Carson Shoup. Batting sixth, the catcher, rookie Allison. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Braden Green. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Carson Holroyd. And batting ninth is the pitcher, Juju Yano. No Caden Shanks, and you particularly feel that if you're Upperman on the offensive side. He has 9 triples, 18 extra base hits this year, Jacob, and a gigantic bat. Not in the lineup. Livingston has a 1-0 lead, and they'll try to hold it in place against 1-2-3 in the Upperman lineup.
Well, they got their ace on the mound in Carson Parrott with a 5-0 record and 9 appearances. This is 10th so far this season. He's got 3 complete games, 1 save as well. 35 and a third innings pitched, a 1.78 ERA, 62 strikeouts to just 15 walks, and a batting average against of 131. So this is exactly who you want on the mound if you're Livingston Academy, looking for 2 wins today to try to get the 1 seed. They've already secured the 2 seed with Stone Memorial having 4 losses in district play, so it doesn't matter what they do this week. They split with them, and then Stone fell to DeKalb last week, and so that was kind of the equalizer there after already falling to Upperman twice. But if you feel like you can pick this game off against Upperman, and you feel really good about going into tomorrow.
For Livingston Academy, we've wondered, would they stick with the norm, which has been Carson Parrott on Monday, Dawson Ledbetter on Tuesday, or would they try to play the matchup game a little bit and go 1 versus 1 with the anticipation of Caden Shanks getting the ball tomorrow for the Bees? Coach Loftus sticks with the norm. He sends Carson Parrott today, knowing they got to win today to give him an opportunity tomorrow.
Yeah, most likely you'll get Dawson Ledbetter tomorrow, who's actually got an even better ERA so far on the season.
Justin Fallon's been swinging a ridiculous bat as he watches the first pitch that goes across for strike 1. He's up leading the team now barely by .001 over Chris Worsing with a 4.09 average on the campaign. He's got 21 runs batted in, a couple of home runs, both in this park, as that pitch misses outside for a ball, 1-1. We'll tell you about the defensive alignment for Livingston after this 1-1 pitch as Drake Blankenship behind the dish gives the sign to Carson Parrott. He likes to work quickly. That one's right across the middle of the plate to go ahead 1-2. Over at first base is Dawson Ledbetter. The second baseman is Corbin Burns. Third baseman is Drew Goolsby. And the shortstop is Zach Cotterman. The 1-2 coming from Carson Parrott home to Justin Fallon. Kicks and deals. He's looking outside. Misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The left fielder today for Livingston Academy is Dylan York. The right fielder is Tayshawn Hayes. The center fielder is Ryan Paul Campbell. Fallon awaits the 2-2 pitch here from Carson Parrott. Takes a bit of a longer look. Now delivers a fastball. Waved at and missed for strike 3. A Birdie's Lounge strikeout to open the day for Carson Parrott. And he sits the biggest bat in the order down to open up the ball game.
Hit 85 on the fastball that time, dropped his breaking ball into about 74, 75, so he can switch it up with the miles per hour. He can switch it up on locations as well. Really good first batter there for Parrott on the mound. And now for the Bees, Evan Huddleston going to try to get it going.
Evan Huddleston stands in. He's been all over the lineup here the past couple of weeks for Upperman. Down in the 9 spot, up to the leadoff spot, and now he was in the 5th spot the other day. Yep. Now he's up to number 2 as that one's fouled out of play, 0-1. Kind
of trying to find where best to utilize him.
0-1 coming here to Evan Huddleston. Huddleston on the year batting .315 on the campaign. Got an on-base percentage of .400. The 0-1 from Parrott. That's a good pitch across for strike 2, and it's 0-2. This is Carson Parrott's MO. Get ahead in counts, get strikeouts, get back to the dugout as quick as you can. Long look in now. And now he'll kick and deal the 0-2 into Huddleston. That one misses outside for a ball. Chris Worsing waiting. Just a single machine over there. Every time he comes up to bat, it looks like he's...
Percentage of his hits that are singles are at least 80. I think it's a little bit
way
above
more than
that.
Yeah, it's above that. And now the 1-2 coming home. That one misses low, and it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Huddleston.
A few long looks in.
Blankenship.
Last couple of times.
I'm not sure if they're just trying to change up the rhythm or if Blankenship's having maybe an issue with the pitch comm, if he has the pitch comm in his ear. I don't see anybody holding up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if LA has the pitch comm or not.
Here comes the 2-2 home here to Huddleston. Parrott kicks and delivers that one right there for called strike 3, and it's back-to-back Birdie's Lounge strikeouts for Carson Parrott. And to bring up the 3-hole hitter, Chris Worsing.
Yeah, he's got really good numbers, 62 strikeouts through the 35 and a third innings pitch coming into this game. So close, a little bit beneath that 2 strikeouts an inning mark, and he does a really good job.
Worsing batting .408 on the season. We talked about the single numbers. He only has 5 extra base hits out of 29 hits on the year. As here comes the first pitch in. Breaking ball. That one right there for strike 1. It's 0-1. Hadn't had to throw the breaking ball a whole lot yet. Been able to pepper in the fastball so far for Carson Parrott. Throws the first pitch in. Now he's going to deliver the 0-1 home. And he revs up the fastball. That one taken for strike 2. And Parrott looking at striking out the side here.
It is 83%, by the way, on singles.
Oh, congratulations. Here comes the 0-2.
Sometimes we're good at numbers.
Chris Worsing awaits Carson Parrott trying to put up a dominant first inning. Pitch coming home, and that one's fouled out of play, and we'll do it again.
He's been right at 85 with that fastball, and then like you said, we've seen that breaking ball quite a bit. Likes to throw it, kind of start it in the middle, work it outside if he can, especially on these 2 strike counts.
Another 0-2 coming from Carson Parrott. He kicks and deals home. Swung on and missed. Striking out the side. Carson Parrott with a big-time start for Livingston Academy on the mound. We'll head to the second. 1-0 Wildcats, and they're feeling good on the road. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Welcome back. Juju Yano back to work. Livingston, that's a great first inning for the Wildcats. They lead 1-0, and Carson Parrott struck out the side in dominant fashion. As we welcome back in the Baxter, I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vincent. Happy to be with you. And if you're Livingston right now, you feel really, really good, but they've got 7-8-9 due up against Juju Yano.
Yeah, and this is where their problem area has been. A lot of strikeouts in this bottom third of the lineup, and it starts here with Drew Goolsby, 25 strikeouts so far on the year, and so he's just trying to get some hits going. He does bat .233, so if he puts it on the ball, it's usually out there for a hit.
First pitch swinging here as he fouls it back. Yano pitched fairly well despite getting in a bases-loaded jam. You remember the error that allowed the second base runner of the inning, and then a couple of shall we say, borderline pitches that were taken and called balls, as that one misses outside for a ball to make it 1-1, allowed a walk to reach. They got an RBI sac fly out of Dawson Ledbetter, but that was it for Livingston. But with the way Carson Parrott threw, that may be enough. Here comes the 1-1 home. This one sent way up into the air, into left field. Evan Huddleston ranges under it, and he makes the catch to record the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Parrott was really good in that first inning, throwing the ball, striking out the side, and you said it, he was getting ahead in those counts, and then he was able to kind of do what he wanted, whether it was with the breaking ball or with the fastball, kind of moving it around, gave himself room to throw a couple of balls if he needed to, got to a 2-2 count, but then he'd be able to rip off the strikeout after that.
Back in Livingston tomorrow night at 5:30 as the first pitch into Ethan Hooks misses outside. He's the designated hitter tonight. You've got Drake Blankenship behind him. One of them reaches. The lineup would flip over here for L.A. as the 1-0. That one waved at the high cheese. Comes up empty-handed. The 1-1. That one, a fastball. Called a strike. 1-2. And today you should pound the outside corner if you're a pitcher. Here comes the 1-2. And that one swung on and missed. The first Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Juju Yano is quickly 2 up, 2 down here for Livingston. Drake Blankenship will try to change that trend.
Yeah, and for Yano, you said it. We said it in the first. He got bases loaded in the one out, but only allowed the one run, and a good job on the sac fly by Dawson Ledbetter to get it out there. But if you're Livingston, you feel like you might have been able to get a couple more across, and Yano did a good job to only limit it to the one run.
Yano kicks and deals. First pitch swing. That one foul tip back, 0-1.
Drake Blankenship, another guy up there that is trying to find the bat a little bit better. Sub 200 so far this season hitting.
0-1, that's a breaking ball. Didn't come out clean. Yano spun all the way around on that one. 1-1. Yano quickly back in. That one waved at and missed. And right now in this half inning, Livingston struggling to catch up to that mid-80s fastball from Julian Yano, and he's right back on the rubber. Wonder if he may fire that one back in after that swing.
Yeah, kind of between 81 and 84 so far on the fastball.
Here comes the 1-2 in. He went back to the fastball. That time it's outside, 2-2. More pause tonight than others as everyone started to head to the left, but it missed. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball. This one sent a long way, but it's a foul ball. We'll do it again.
Towards the concession stand, actually. The cars that are parked next to the concession stand were in danger right there.
Blankenship, he got the barrel onto that one, just a little bit in front of it. That was well struck. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball, that's called strike 3. Back-to-back Birdie's Lounge strikeouts for Juju Yano as Livingston goes down 1-2-3. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for Upperman when we come back. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best-kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville, Delicious Pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back, 4-5-6, due up for the Bees. Alec Wilson, Carson Shoup, rookie Allison, trying to stop Carson Parrott, who made it look easy. 14 pitches, 3 Birdie's Lounge strikeouts to open up his outing back in the first.
Yeah, you do that every inning. You feel pretty good about this ball game if you're Carson Parrott.
You do that in every inning. It's the best outing we've ever seen in the history of the sport.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
That would be very
27
impressive. Yeah, that's the show on rookie mode. I don't think that would happen. But if it does, man, that would be something. But regardless, he was able to mix up the fastball and the breaking ball and keep them off balance to those three top hitters.
And listen, these two teams played 5 times last year. 4 of them were run rule victories for the Bees. The one game was a 3-1 victory for Upperman here at home, and Carson Parrott was on the mound. Last time, it was actually Caden Colson on the mound for the Bees. He allowed 6 walks in that game, a big reason why the Wildcats were able to get a run across in that game. But Parrott was pretty solid against last year's lineup that was really, really good hitting the baseball.
Yes, indeed. It's a different Upperman lineup this year, and of course, today.
Specifically in this game.
It feels like a very different lineup when Caden Shanks isn't in it. That takes a massive piece out, and it changes up the balance that we've seen Upperman find, particularly in these district games. It seemed like they had found that 1 through 9 that was really working. They started to run rule team after run rule team. But now different. Without him in the lineup, we expect him to return shortly. We don't know when. It will not be tonight.
Well, he's always a threat. Not only for hits, but just for extra bases. He had a triple, a double against CPA, against some really good pitchers on the mound, and then obviously he brings you a good presence in the field at shortstop as well, whether it's turning double plays or even just making throws over to first base, and has a really good connection up in the middle infield with Juju Yano, obviously on the mound today, but it just changes the complexion just a little bit for this Bees team.
Alec Wilson is batting .284 on the campaign. He's going to bounce between this 4th and 6th spot in the lineup. He's been up to 3rd some as well, especially back to start the year. He's got 14 RBIs. He's worked 14 walks as well as he stands in here against Carson Parrott, who does not walk very many. And now, just a quick stoppage to fix some of the pads, the shin guards for Blankenship there behind the dish. And we're ready to go. First pitch of the inning from Parrott is across for strike 1 to make it 0-1. 15 pitches so far for Carson Parrott. 11 have been strikes. And he's mixed up the tempo, gone fast, gone a little bit slower. Now delivers in. 0-2.
Kind of.
Sorry. I told you to buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. 0-2 coming here to Alec Wilson. That one. You see how far out that Blankenship jumped into the other box. That's where that pitch ended up, by the way, on the 0-1 pitch. It's now 1-2. Yeah. We mentioned earlier, you're still there every time if you're Yano or Parrott tonight. Fastball, that one waved at and missed for strike 3. And it is 4 straight Birdie's Lounge strikeouts to open the day for Carson Parrott.
Yeah, I mean, he's blazing through it right now. The big thing is when you get a lot of strikeouts, you usually throw a lot of pitches. He's only at the 18 pitches right now, so you feel okay at that number, but you'd like to get some swings and maybe make your defense work just a little bit to help your arm out.
Carson Shoup stands in, the third baseman, trying to put a ball in play for the Bees. Forget about a base hit or a base runner. Carson Parrott dominating right now through 1 1/3. And now Shoup going to call timeout. He'll stand back. I mentioned Parrott. He hasn't gone the same speed in between every pitch. He's mixed it up. Not sure if that's intentional or not, but I think it's worked. First pitch swinging for Shoup. He sends this one foul out of play, 0-1.
And we've seen a lot of that. We haven't seen anything, obviously, in fair territory yet. A lot of foul contact that the Bees have been making at the plate. And that's a credit to Parrott, kind of switching it up on the pitches, locations.
Quickly in with another 0-1. This one waved out and missed. Healthy cut from Shoup, and Parrott right back in front of an Upperman hitter at 0-2. This is starting to become a very impressive streak to open a ball game. 4 straight punch-outs, staring right at a potential number 5 as Parrott delivers in. Breaking ball, it will not be. Carson Shoup flares it out. Long way to go in center, but a good jump out there for Ryan Paul Campbell. First opportunity for the Livingston defense to show its muscles, and it's 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, that's pretty good when you're still alert out there, even after 4 strikeouts to start the ball game. Good job by Ryan Paul Campbell, who's got a lot of speed out there in center field, especially on a ball that's tailing away from you to your left out there in center. And like you said, got a great jump on it and kept on getting over to it.
Rookie Allison stands in, the catcher back up into the 6th spot today. Carson Parrott pitching with a ton of confidence, and why not? First pitch swinging for Allison as he sends it foul down the first base line.
Yeah, and the MO against rookie Allison so far is kind of throw it low and inside. He kind of likes that inside pitch, trying to turn on to it, and it's been tough for him to catch up to.
Here comes the 0-1 coming in here to Allison from Parrott. And it's a called strike. He's been ahead of every batter so far. Back ahead 0-2 here.
I think he's only had 1 2-ball count, if I remember right.
Yes, indeed. And that was a pitch that, again, is to that way outside part. And that one swung on foul tip back, and we will do it again off the mask of Blankenship. I mean, if you're a pitcher, throw it to that spot every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
No reason not to.
Every time. You can't hit it. Right-handed batter cannot hit that. Here comes the 0-2. Parrott kicks and deals. You see where Blankenship goes, and Goolsby started to take off on one that was in the dirt in the other box. And what a way again is it's 1-2.
Yeah, it's been called a strikeout there. That's why.
We're going to have a fun night. It's been a week off the headset for me. This is a fun combination. Here comes the 1-2 from Parrott. This one ripped over and a base hit for the Bees. Rookie Allison gets the bat around to that one, and he pulls into first, takes a big loop around, and will retreat back in as Upperman has its first base hit. Rookie Allison brings up Braden Green.
That's a really good piece of hitting there, especially with the role that Carson Parrott had been on the mound. Rookie Allison stays in there, gets one out over the middle of the plate, finally able to work with one and drills it out to left field.
And Collier Bush going to go out and run for Rookie Allison, courtesy runner for the catcher. Braden Green, the smallest batter's box, or strike zone, I should say, on the team for Upperman, stands in here.
Today it might be different.
Close. Bush takes his lead, and now for the first time we'll see Carson Parrott out of the stretch. He's been good out of this stretch so far. He's been good everywhere so far this year. And he's great when he goes behind the dish, which we will imagine he'll be tomorrow. This first pitch misses upstairs, and a quick hop up for Blankenship, trying to make sure Bush doesn't get too far off the bag. Dawson Ledbetter looking to hold him there as well over at first base.
They've pretty much solely gone to Blankenship behind the plate. We've seen
That's true.
Parrott out in the outfield a lot.
You saw him a lot there last year. And now the pitch in, and that one misses outside. 2-0.
He's been out in left field quite a bit this season.
Talk about just some really solid baseball players.
Yeah.
Carson Parrott, of course. Dylan York, another one, is just a really good baseball player for Livingston, among others, as the 2-0 coming here to Braden Green. First time that he's been behind a hitter, and he's way behind now at 3-0. Carson Holroyd on deck. The one saving grace for Livingston right now is it's the lower third of the Upperman lineup. Braden Green at the plate, 3-0, the count from Carson Parrott. Imagine that stop sign's on as delivers in that pitch. Called a strike, 3-1.
Well, and you said it, working out of the stretch for the first time just throws off that psyche just a little bit for Parrott, who had really been throwing downhill to start this ball game.
New sign comes in from Wes Shanks, who's in that third base box. Jeff Riedel over there in that first base box for Upperman. Here comes the 3-1 into Green. That one misses outside, ball 4, and the bottom half of the Upperman lineup starting to threaten just a little bit with 2 outs as Green reaches first after the single from Allison. His runner, Collier Bush, is at second, and Carson Holroyd, who hadn't been able to get the bat in the past few games, is a big opportunity here. He had some clutch hits early on in the year. He stands in a big spot.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for him here, especially with first and second and 2 outs, trying to put together a little 2-out rally.
31 pitches now from Carson Parrott as he's having to work for it a little bit more than in that first inning where he just cruised through. Good first pitch breaking ball. It's called a strike, 0-1. It's a good pitch from Carson Parrott. The battle of the Carsons. Parrott against Holroyd here. Parrott likes the call. Checks back and delivers in. That one. It is a ball. 1-1.
A little bit lower that time.
I'm just going to wait. Both ways, I'm just going to wait.
Tried that on Saturday.
That was
Still didn't work.
I think that was maybe a little softball history of that umpire. He was taking a while like they do in softball. Here comes the 1-1 from Parrott. Fastball, big swing and a miss on that one from Holroyd. Now Carson Parrott back ahead of a hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With runners on first and second, trying to hang on to a 1-0 Hawkeye lead.
Don't say Hawkeye in this press box.
He'll be all right, Jimmy. And there's 1-2. A kick and deal home to Holroyd. It does miss outside, 2-2. Two and two coming here from Carson Parrott to Holroyd. He kicks and deals in. Breaking ball. Holroyd able to just tip it, and we'll do it again. It's a good battle developing here. At 2-2, now all of a sudden Parrott's up to 36 pitches. He was really low with that pitch count through one.
Well, I mentioned it, especially when you're a strikeout pitcher, at least at the start of this ball game, and if you get into a situation like this, it's going to put that pitch count up there quite a bit.
Deuce is wild here. 2 on, 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the second. 1-0 game. Livingston with the lead, Upperman threatening. Parrott trying to get the KO pitch, and time going to be called here. And that was one, again, he was paying attention towards Bush over there at second. Holroyd wants to reset the clock and calls time. He'll stand back in here, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Parrott kicks and deals. Fastball, that's right there. Cold, strike 3. A Birdie's Lounge strikeout, a big one to get out of the jam as 2 runners are left stranded for the Bees. It remains 1-0 Livingston. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back, 1-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. It's time for On This Day in Baseball History with Jacob Vincent.
Let's go all the way back to 1876. The first ever National League game was played in the MLB as the Boston Red Caps beat the Philadelphia Athletics 6-5.
There we go. That's On This Day in Baseball History with Jacob Vincent. It was not a Reds-related thing.
Kind of. They were called the Boston Reds. Not the same franchise, though. Different franchise. That is the Red Sox now.
1, 2, 3. Do it for Livingston
Can't help
Academy.
myself. How am I supposed to? I didn't choose the date they played.
They're trying to do what they did in the first inning, which is take a 1-0 lead. Zach Cotterman, Carson Parrott, Tayshawn Hayes due up as we head to the top of the third. Juju Yano back to work. He cruised through that second with a flyout, strikeout, but the challenge changes when you got the big bat of Zach Cotterman standing in.
Yeah, it's back to the top of the lineup, and this is where they kind of got it going. Cotterman, he's been hitting it really well. He kind of struggled midway through the season. Last time we did a Livingston Academy game, he was hitting in the 200s. He's on the way back up to 318 now with 5 extra base hits and 23 runs scored, so he's really swinging the bat well.
He'll stand in here. Got that pink sleeve on his right arm. And Juju Yano kicks and deals the 38th pitch of his outing. This one's rolled over towards Shoop, who got a good jump on it, throw over in time.
It's a really good play.
And it's 2 straight 5-3 putouts to open up the day for Zach Cotterman. Carson Shoop showing off. That's a play that's harder than it looks, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't terribly hard hit, but you said it. He read it perfectly. He still had to get there in time. Was able to get there, glove it, and make a good throw, kind of moving across his body.
Carson Parrott has the lone base hit of the game for Livingston Academy, and it was a well-struck ball through the gap between short and third. Stands in. Here's the first pitch from Llanos, a breaking ball that bounces in for ball 1. Parrott awaits. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball. That one misses low. 2-0. Parrott batting well over 400 on the campaign. That one misses upstairs, and he's ahead 3-0. And this is where they did the damage. It was Parrott with a single. Hayes reached on an error, and then Dylan York walked. RBI sac fly from Dawson Ledbetter. That's all the scoring that we've got in this game at 1-0. They're trying to repeat history, if not get a little bit more. There's the 3-0. That one is ball 4, and for the second time, Carson Parrott will take first base. He heads down on the walk, and Tayshawn Hayes will stride in, trying to do some more damage.
That's another number. He leads the team in 19 walks drawn so far this season for Carson Parrott, and on base for the second time today.
We already have a final score in softball. Monterey defeats York tonight, 13-0, a district matchup there. Got some coverage coming from softball around the area. Rusty's in Cookville tonight as the Lady Cavaliers welcome in Stewart's Creek in a district matchup, and Goose has one that actually could end up being a pretty good game. Clark Range against Cumberland County in his backyard. It's his birthday. Happy birthday to Goose. As the first pitch is a breaking ball across.
That's pretty.
For a ball 1-0. Good pitch from Yano as Hayes stands in here in a 1-0 count. Goose chose to go to that game tonight, by the way. He's just about this life. He decided to go out and
He played some golf
cover that
today.
game. He did. Not with us.
No.
But he did. Coward. Afraid of losing.
We tried to play some golf today.
Yeah, I don't know what we played. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Hayes. He swings a little bit late on that one and fouls it back. It was a warm-up round for our
That's right.
Birdie's Lounge final regular season week. 1-1 the count here to Tayshawn Hayes from Juju Yano. Hayes takes a little bit to get in the box, now climbs in. The 1-1, this one, as Parrott takes off, sent way up into the air. Justin Fallon ranging back. He finds it against the sun and makes the catch. And Parrott will have to go back to first. He got a great jump, but the hit and run doesn't pay off. And there's the second out of the inning.
Yeah, that was hit well, but obviously this big ballpark here in Baxter kind of keeps a lot of those fly balls in. And you said it, too. That was a really good jump by Carson Parrott. Would have had a chance to get there possibly on rookie Allison. Haven't seen too many stolen bases on him this year, but the out kind of takes care of that.
And now Dylan York stands in. He walked and was ultimately left stranded back in the first inning. He's got a runner at first in the form of Carson Parrott. See if he tries to take off again. Yano delivers in a fastball. That's a called strike, 0-1. Okay, I'm confused. The dugout is chirping for Livingston, which I'm okay with. But the home plate umpire yelled at him earlier for chirping.
Who knows when it is?
Okay, he said his name. I'll grant that one. Here comes the 0-1. That one's another called strike, 0-2. That makes sense. You can't call him out by name. I'm good. Okay. I said I was confused. I was legitimately confused. Thank you to Matt Wilson.
Fans. What if we get a student section out here?
I've seen the Livingston student section. I don't think that in the Upperman student section are going to be stopped. Here comes the 0-2 home from Yano to York. This one flared out in the left field, but it's going to go into foul territory. About 20 feet or so away from extra bases for Livingston. Instead, we'll do it again at 0-2. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Right now, the Upperman fans dominating the comment section. So if you're here for Livingston, let us know. Sarah's cheering on the Bees, as is Mitch.
There's also a lot of people out here today.
There are. If you're listening to us in the building, let us know. I know we got some people who do that with the headsets. Another 0-2 coming from Yano to York. Runner takes off, breaking ball, misses, throw down one hop, and that was close, and it got him. Rookie Allison with the throw right to the spot for Chris Worsing to apply the tag, and that will retire the side. Rookie Allison, one of the best defensive catchers in the state, shows it off again. We will head to the bottom half. It is 1-0 Livingston. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nick's Restaurant has been family-owned and operated in the Upper Cumberland for over 50 years. Located just off of Jefferson Avenue in the heart of Cookeville, a perfect place for a date night, family dinner, lunch, team event, banquet. They can handle it all there at Nick's Restaurant. They're presenting sponsor of tonight's game, and we certainly appreciate that. And you're going to go have a delicious meal and round it out with what, Jacob Benson?
Ice cream pie.
Yes, indeed. Ice cream pie. Carson Parrott back to work. It was one of the best outings we've ever seen to start through 4 hitters. 4 straight strikeouts. Then a barreled up fly out by Carson Shoup, and all of a sudden Upperman's bats started to roar to life a little bit. Rookie Allison with a base hit in the left field. Braden Green worked a walk, but a strikeout got Carson Parrott out of the jam. Now he faces Juju Yano, who's down in the 9 hole. He's struggling at the plate right now, but we've seen him over his career be really good at the dish. The question is, when will he wake back up? Upperman hopes that it's right now.
Yeah, it's mainly been the last couple of weeks because at the start of the season, really the first month of the season, he was really swinging a really good bat. He was kind of in that 5th, 6th spot in the order and gave a really good boost to the middle of the order. And then he's kind of dropped off a little bit since then. Obviously, he's been pitching really well. We'll see if he's able to get it going at the plate. Had a big hit in a couple of games ago against Watertown, and we'll see if he's able to get it going again.
To that point, despite the recent struggles, he's batting .290 with an on-base percentage of .419.
That's how good he has been at the start of the season.
And now he's down in this 9 hole trying to get it jump-started, maybe seeing more fastballs than he will in the top half of the order. As Carson Parrott's first pitch is a ball outside 1-0. Yano, he's pitching really well on the other side as well, despite the 1-0 deficit. We have 2 combined hits as these 2 good pitchers are going at it. Parrott against Julian Yano. Here comes the 1-0. That one outside 2-0. Last inning ended with Rookie Allison with a great throw down. It one-hopped into the glove of Chris Worsing, who's getting work at shortstop. He applied a good tag and got the speedy Parrott.
I think that was the big reason why he got him. The glove was right there where he needed to apply the tag, and the ball essentially just bounced right into it.
That was the best cut in 2 weeks for Juju Yano that he just put on that one. Fouled it back to make it 2-1. They're looking for signs of life out of the junior at the plate. There was one, but Parrott goes back to work with the 2-1. That one misses low and outside, and now's where the interesting part of this lineup construction tonight with Yano at the bottom of the order. Looming behind him is Justin Fallon. You remember to start the season, Yano was actually the leadoff batter for the Bees. So a little flashback for you on a Monday. Here comes a 3-1 pitch from Parrott. No! 3-2.
Much to the dismay of the Upperman faithful.
I mean, we know what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I warned everybody back in the first inning. Here comes the 3-2. Big pitch from Parrott. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Carson Parrott. And a pitcher as good as Carson Parrott, when you give him one, he's going to take a mile, and he did. Came back in with a good fastball to get the strikeout.
Now, that's the big thing for Carson Parrott. He's taking advantage of that spot on the outside corner, and why not? When you're a good pitcher, you realize you're going to get that call. You're going to hammer that outside part of the plate, and he gets a little bit of help that time. 6
strikeouts for the first time through the lineup for Carson Parrott. That'll get it
good.
done. Fallon struck out to open the game. Stands back in here for attempt number 2. First pitch, upstairs for a ball, 1-0. He's ripping them in about 85 miles an hour pretty consistently now. Fastball, curveball. Here comes the 1-0. That one called a strike, 1-1.
You're just looking ahead. If at any point he gets in trouble or that pitch count gets up there, you might see Drew Goolsby come in relief, the third baseman. I'm guessing you're going to see Dawson Ledbetter tomorrow in a start.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting things is the 1-1 pitch coming in. That one. That one's a ball. 2-1. I mean, I don't envy the young men in the mound and in the box. Here comes the 2-1 home to Fallon. Big swing and a miss. He was trying to put that one in the woods, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, he's done it a couple times already this year.
But we were talking about the 2 pitchers and kind of the rotations in this first game of the series. Both coaches really would like their guys to go 7 strong innings in this one to save your arms for game number 2 tomorrow. As the 2-2 about to be delivered in from Parrott. Methodically delivers. Called, strike 3. A Birdie's Lounge strikeout number 7 for Carson Parrott through 2 2/3.
For Parrott, he's making a decision back there. He's trying to throw it on that outside part, a little bit higher that time as well, and it's gotta be tough as a batter, to say the least. Don't want to take anything away from Carson Parrott either. He's throwing a good game.
He's pitching very well. Both, it's like I said. Quite frankly, it can be tough for a pitcher at times as the first pitch in. Does miss upstairs for a ball 1-0.
We'll uplift everybody's spirits. We'll do some trivia. Top of the fourth.
By the way, you guys need to watch your mouth on trivia. Here comes the 1-0 home here to Huddleston. That one waved out and missed. You know me well enough. I'm too competitive to cheat. I mean, it makes me so mad to miss it. I can't get it fake. So just because Rusty's not good enough at trivia, he needs to worry about himself. Thinking I'm cheating on the trivia questions. Here comes the 1-1 into Evan Huddleston. For those of you who don't know, I've been on a heater on trivia. That one called a strike on the inside corner, 1-2, and Rusty's convinced that I've been looking him up. But
today's is a little easier than the last couple.
Okay. You can argue with the wall about that one. Here comes the 1-2 into Evan Huddleston.
To be fair, I agreed with him.
Breaking ball. Called strike 3, and for the second time, Carson Parrott strikes out the side. He's got 8 Birdie's Lounge strikeouts so far through 2 or 3 complete innings. We'll head to the middle frame, still 1-0 Livingston. Coverage is presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do.
Frontier Chevrolet is ready to get you into your next vehicle and are proud to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on nearly all vehicles below 80,000 miles. View inventory online at www.caseychevy.com, including the brand new Chevy Trax and Traverse, or stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway today. Remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye.
4-5-6 due up for Livingston Academy as they lead 1-0 here, and this one turning into a bona fide pitcher duel. It's time for trivia with Jacob Vincent.
What state has produced the most MLB players?
I like this.
Your options. Do you have an idea before I give you the options? We're also going to put this in the comments, by the way.
I have a general idea.
Okay.
But give me the options first, and I'll tell you if one of them was my idea.
Your options, New York, California, Illinois, or Texas. Once again, what state has produced the most MLB players? New York, California, Illinois, or Texas?
Okay. My idea was one of those. But now I'm second-guessing myself because
they all sound good, don't
Yes,
they?
exactly. Well, yes. First pitch swinging for Dylan York. This one's at the middle, and Justin Fallon read it perfectly. 1 pitch, 1 out, and now both pitchers really setting themselves up well with the pitch count through 3 1/3. Juju Llanos at 50, and we saw Carson Parrott be right around that same mark. Dawson Ledbetter going to stand in here, hit an RBI on a sac fly, and right now that looms large as it's the game's only run.
Yeah, and for as good as these pitchers have been in the zone, attacking the batters, it kind of depends. This might be a 2-1, a 3-1 type of game.
First pitch was called a ball. 1-0. Dawson Ledbetter wasn't even sure. He looked back and asked. And that one waved at. Comes up empty. 1-1 for Ledbetter. Ryan Paul Campbell behind him here as it's the heart of the order for Livingston Academy. Once again, these two teams get together tomorrow in Livingston. 5:30 start time. Potential for Dawson Ledbetter to get the ball in that game if they follow conventional wisdom. Breaking ball across. Called a ball, 2-1.
And he's been really good on the mound. He actually leads him in ERA, just about 0.70 so far this season.
That one misses. Outside, 3-1. Ledbetter ahead in the count. Let us know the answer. Do you think the answer is to the trivia question? Coach Allen said he thinks it's Illinois because that one seemed out of place. That one. And Juju Llano can't believe it that wasn't called a strike as it's a ball 4 and Ledbetter heads down. And let's just put it this way. It's a terrible strike zone. That was called a strike. for the last 3 innings, and now it's a ball.
That's the biggest thing, too, is if you're consistent, it's a little bit different. When you're not consistent, that's when people start getting upset.
I mean, just bad. Is Ryan Paul Campbell going to stand in here with a runner at first, Dawson Ledbetter, and they'll try to put some pressure on. And it's rare when you can get a pitcher out there to show you that sort of emotion as that's a called strike. And Yano just put his hands out and was like, what?
and he usually doesn't show a lot of emotion.
The 0-1 pitch, that one, a little check swing. Would have been a ball, but Campbell caught it just off the bat, so that's going to be strike 2 at 0-2. Well, I think it would have been a ball.
Maybe. We don't know at this point.
Yano awaits as Campbell, who lined out in his first appearance towards Chris Worsing, who was at short, got a good jump over to it. Looking for the breaking ball, but that time it missed away and low, 1-2.
It's a really good block by rookie Allison as well, not to allow the base runner to advance up to second.
Ledbetter takes a couple of steps lead. 1-2. This one swung on, sent way up into the air, but it'll get out of play, and we will do it again at 1-2.
They went to the same school, him and Angel Hernandez.
Oh, this press box is alive tonight. The 1-2 coming home here from Juju Yano. Breaking ball, good pitch. Swung on and missed for the Birdies Lounge strikeout. These two pitchers are putting on a show through 3+ innings. And Drew Goolsby will stride in just the second Birdies Lounge strikeout of the game for Juju Yano.
He's had a few of those where he's ripped it off and it just moves like crazy across the zone. Gets another one right there, gets him to chase at it. Now getting into that bottom third of the lineup where he had a lot of success against the first time through.
First pitch in. That one tips off the glove of rookie Allison. Dawson Ledbetter won't test him. Probably a wise decision. We've seen rookie Allison already throw out a runner, and the fastest, well, arguably the fastest in the lineup, in Carson Parrott.
It's the first time he's been caught all season long. It was 11 for 11 before that.
A 1-0 pitch coming here to Drew Goolsby. He flew out rather in his first appearance. That's a fastball. What was the call there?
Strike.
1-1. Thank you. The sign in front does absolutely nothing for people who need to know what the call was.
Coach Allen giving his thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, he's not wrong. It's 1-1. That one. 1-2. 1-2 on a fastball in the other batter's box. And now Ledbetter takes his lead. Yano delivers in. This one ripped over, and that's a good piece of hitting by Drew Goolsby to get the barrel to the high fastball. And now Livingston threatening with 2 outs. Runners at first and second for Ethan Hooks. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Big AB here as they look for some important additional runs in a 1-0 game.
Well, and that pitch is where the last one was called a strike, so you have to swing at it that time, and he was able to step up towards the plate a little bit, able to get the barrel out to it. And good job by Dawson Ledbetter as well to kind of evade the baseball that was coming right at him.
Runners at first and second here. Yano kicks and deals. This one swung on, fouled way back to the cars who are parked behind the press box. So Hooks at the plate, Blankenship behind him, then the top of the order looming there for Livingston as they try to add on here, especially with an Upperman lineup as the 0-1. This one's popped up in the infield. Yano is under it, makes the catch to retire the side. We'll finish that thought when we come back. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, and the answer to our trivia question when we come back. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Welcome back. Carson Parrott back to work here, and we've got ourselves a tight ball game. We thought it could be with these two pitchers, and it has turned out to be that way. And now I'm less and less confident as we get closer to this answer, but it's time for trivia once again with Jacob.
What state has produced the most MLB players? New York, California, Illinois, or Texas?
Okay, so when you said that, and you said something popped in my head, it did, and it was California, so that's what I'm guessing here.
You are correct.
Come on now.
California has produced 2,464 MLB players. Do you know what the next closest is?
Next closest state or number?
Yeah, closest state.
No clue.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Not even an option on there. 1,426, so about 1,000 more produced in California.
You've been sitting here the whole time. Did I look it up?
No, you did not. You did not. That's why I asked, too, if you had it pop in your mind.
I've missed one all year.
You have a guess on how many have come out of Tennessee?
150.
335.
How about that? But the one that I missed, too, was a garbage question. Let's be honest. I think we all agree on that. So you watch me. I didn't look it up. I don't have to look it up.
I thought it was a good question.
It was a ridiculous question. Nobody rightfully would know that. Okay.
There's a lot of them that you don't rightfully know.
Chris Worsing, Alec Wilson, Carson Shoup, due up in this half inning against Carson Parrott, who all of a sudden has struck out 4 straight for the second time in the ball game. 8 total Ks for Parrott on the mound. The right-hander, he's thrown 52 pitches through 3 innings. First pitch here. This one swung on by the freshman Worsing and sent out of play, foul. He struck out swinging back in the first inning. Stands in here again. This is in a game like this, the absence of a Caden Shanks feels large in this lineup for Upperman. They're trying to grind their way through it without their number 1 or number 2 bat. As the 0-1, this one flared up into right field. Long way for Tayshawn Hayes to go. He's on the run. He's under it and makes the catch as he straddles the foul line. Against the sunlight, Tayshawn Hayes for the first put out of the inning.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. That sun is really, really low, so he's staring straight into it, especially as that ball comes down. Really good job getting over there at the foul line as well. Could have been extra bases if it lands on the fair territory.
Alec Wilson struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Stands in here for attempt number 2 against Parrott. You mentioned that sunset, 61 degrees now. Beautiful afternoon and evening for baseball, but the sun will be a factor for the next few innings. First pitch swinging for Wilson. This one's popped up in the infield, dropping, and a good job by Carson Parrott to take off the mound and get there in time to record the second out.
That's a really nice play by Carson Parrott. Again, we've talked about it. He's kind of been all over the field. Last year, primarily a catcher when he wasn't on the mound. This year, he's been in left field. He's been in the infield, and he was right on at that time. Immediately off the mound and makes a tough catch. He also had Burns, who was coming in from the second base spot. Not sure if he was going to be able to get there, so a nice job by Parrott to get there in time.
Parrott pounding the zone. We've seen Upperman be very aggressive in the batter's box, swinging at first pitch after first pitch. And rightfully so. You sit back against Parrott, you're behind the count 0-2. We saw that a lot early on in this game, but it can lead to some quick innings. On the doorstep of one here as Shoup awaits. First pitch swinging, he sends it foul. He flew out to center in his first appearance.
Well, that's exactly what Parrott is looking for. He's at 56 pitches right now, so he's looking for one of these quick innings where he only needs about 10 pitches or so to save himself maybe a couple more innings.
Yeah, we mentioned both these coaches would love their starters to go the full 7 and save your entire staff for a potential big game, too, especially if this score were to hold, as the 0-1 bounces in. Remember, Upperman wins one of the next 2. They win the regular season district title. A Livingston sweep gives them the regular season title. So, obviously, the pressure right now on Livingston in that regard, they have to win today to make tomorrow mean anything when it comes to the district standings. Here comes the 1-1. Shoup awaits. He sends this one down to third baseline, and it is a foul ball by a foot or so. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, and both these teams still have a lot of games to be played even after tomorrow. Obviously, Upperman is going to be playing coming up on Thursday against Coffee County. Saturday, they get Station Camp, and then on the road at Mount Juliet next Monday.
And that one on Saturday, really an interesting game. Absolutely. 2 of the top teams in 3A as the 1-2 comes in. This one swung on, rolled over towards third. Goolsby has it, loads up, throw over to first, calmly deposits it into the glove of Dawson Ledbetter, and Carson Parrott continues to roll, allowing just 1 hit through 4 innings. We'll head to the 5th, still 1-0. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Delicious Pan Pizza is Domino's best kept secret. With locations in Smithville, Sparta, Livingston, Allgood, and 2 in Cookeville. Delicious pan and hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and more is never far away. Use the Domino's app to take care of your game day eats today. Domino's is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
We head to the fifth inning, still 1-0 Livingston, an absolute bona fide pitching duel. 3 combined hits, 2 for Livingston, 1 for Upperman, as Juju Yano and Carson Parrott try to match each other inning after inning. Right now it's 9-1-2, due up for the Wildcats, Blankenship, Cotterman, and Parrott, as they try and add on some insurance now as we head to the final 3 frames.
Well, for Livingston Academy, they really feel like they could do well in this game. Last year had a really good team and really struggled against the Bees, as a lot of teams did. Played them 5 times, lost all of those times, and 4 of those were run rule victories for the Bees, and just a 3-1 game in the only other one, and that was the game played here in Baxter. So the Wildcats normally play pretty well, at least in the regular season here in Baxter.
Livingston 16-3 on the campaign, 7-1 in 7 AAA play. Upperman 8-0 in district play, as this one is fouled back. Livingston had those couple of just crazy games with Stowe Memorial, and that was the one loss.
2 walk-off victories for both teams.
As the 0-1 coming quickly here to Blankenship from Yano. This one's rolled over towards Wilson, bounces up into his chest, and now Yano covers the bag. Wilson stays with it. That one went right off the chest, so I'll try to walk it off, and it's 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, that's a really good play. Using his big body to stay in front of it, no matter where it bounces, able to knock it down. Yano still running over there and gets the easy flip on.
Now here comes Zach Cotterman. He's grounded out twice, both to Carson Shoup at third base. Stands in here for attempt number 3 as he tries to set the table for Carson Parrott, who's reached in both plate appearances so far. First pitch from Yano is a fastball, taken for a ball, 1-0.
I was just going to say, I wonder if you see him maybe take a couple of pitches just to see some. I believe he's swung on the first pitch on each of his first 2 plate appearances.
Both these pitchers have been very, very good tonight. As the 1-0 pitch, that one got him swinging at that one upstairs, 1-1.
Yeah, and Yano just now at that 70 pitch mark, so a few more pitches than Carson Parrott, but not by much.
Yeah, into the 5th. Here comes the 1-1. There's a breaking ball that dips away. 2-1.
And still well within the market. You can go the max of 120. We kind of talked about it earlier today. This is the week you're going to see him go a lot deeper into these ball games.
2-1. This one swung at and able to flare it out into left field. Huddleston, though, goes about 15 steps to his left to make the catch. And it's quickly 2 up, 2 down. Carson Parrott, as I mentioned, reached in both appearances. Singled and walked. He has scored the game's only run.
Yeah, I mean, he's been solid on the mound. He's been solid at the plate all season long and trying to continue that. The big hit here.
He'll stand in against Julian Yano, who's at 72 pitches through 4 2/3 innings. First pitch in is a fastball. Called a strike, 0-1. Yano quickly back to work with the 0-1. Now he goes the other end, 0-2. 0-2 with 2 outs. This Parrott now knows he has to battle. See if Yano goes to that other batter's box. Oh, he sure will, and he got it. Called strike 3. The Birdies Lounge strikeout number 3 of the day for Juju Yano. It is equal opportunity with the zone. We'll head to the bottom half as Upperman looks to strike and tie the game, but they'll have to solve Carson Parrott to make it happen. It's presented by South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. 6, 7, 8 due up for Upperman, and these are the only bats who've done anything for the Bees. Only people who have reached are rookie Allison and Braden Green. They're up to start this inning against Carson Parrott, and Parrott and Yano are both throwing fantastic games on the mound for their respective teams, but it was that first inning, just enough of an opening to allow an RBI sac fly to give Livingston the 1-0 lead, and that puts them in the catbird seat with 3 innings to go as we head to the bottom half of the 5th.
Yeah, both these pitchers are absolutely dealing, and obviously we've talked about it, getting a little bit of help from the home plate umpire, but hey, if you're a good pitcher, you're going to realize that, and you're going to keep on hammering that outside part of the zone, and you're going to get some help in other places as well, and both these pitchers have taken advantage of it.
Well, and we've seen, particularly for Upperman, the adjustment. It's led to some quick innings because they're swinging at everything, which is probably a smart move.
Kind of have to crowd the plate a little bit more.
A smart move. But Livingston, again, with that 1-0 lead, they don't have to be that aggressive at the plate. They're able to sit back a little bit. Good execution so far. 59 pitches for Carson Parrott through 4 complete innings. First pitch of inning number 5 is fouled back by rookie Allison. He hit a single into left field, the only base hit of the game for the Bees.
And you mentioned it, we've seen Upperman trail in a lot of these district games early on. We have not seen him this late in the game, especially this low scoring of a game.
Yeah, we saw about this time in that Stone game here where Stone had that big top half inning and then Upperman exploded for 8 or 9 in the bottom half. But this is a different style of game, as that one is a called strike 0-2. And with Carson Parrott throwing the way he is, you got to have a lot of confidence if you're Livingston Academy. Here comes the 0-2 pitch into rookie Allison. Parrott kicks and deals. Is the ball 1-2. Just making sure. But that's the perfect place to throw a pitch if you're Carson Parrott. We saw Yano do it to get out of the top half of the 5th. That one was a little bit further out than that pitch was. As here comes the 1-2. That one. Great breaking ball. Caught a ball, 2-2.
And you see the adjustment that the Bees batters have made as well. Rookie Allison is standing as close as he can to the plate to try to reach that outside part if he needs to.
Jeff Riedel, the hitting coach for this Upperman team, is the 2-2 pitch coming in from Parrott. That one called strike 3 on a fastball at the knees. That one right there for Carson Parrott. A good pitch as he continues to tally him up. Braden Green, who walked in his first appearance, will stride in here.
The 9 now, 8 or 9?
It is 9 Birdie's Lounge strikeouts for Carson Parrott. And he hopes it's a similar story. Every time he's gotten 1 strikeout, it's been 4 in a row. The first couple of times through, he's looking for that one more time here.
Kind of seems like he gets on a roll, especially when he's been able to attack the zone well.
Green walked on 5 pitches. This first one misses upstairs, and that kind of gets to where we talked about with Green. He's got that smaller strike zone, and with Parrott trying to pound the zone, that's an advantage for Green at the plate. 66th pitch of the outing coming here. And now time going to be called by Green as Parrott was taking his time. And it's taking a while to get the signs in from Blankenship into Parrott out there.
There's no pitch calm.
Here comes the 1-0. That one swung on, flared over. Goolsby ranges back to make the play, and it's quickly 2 up, 2 down. Once again, familiar story here for Livingston Academy. Parrott continues to deal. Carson Holroyd looked to change the tide. He struck out looking back in the second.
I mentioned in that last inning, he's looking for a quick inning. He's only now at 66 pitches through 4 2/3, trying to make it through 5 beneath that 70 pitch mark and seeing if he can't have a really good number going into the last 2 innings.
Long look in. The first pitch, I should say, coming into Holroyd. That one called a strike, 0-1. Parrott working with the 0-1. That one swung on and missed. He's ahead 0-2, and now it's like a shark in water with Carson Parrott ahead 0-2. Shakes off the first pitch. He wants something here. Wonder if it's the heater. He'll kick and deal the 0-2 home. It is. Swung on and missed. Another Birdie's Lounge strikeout for Carson Parrott, who has put Upperman back against the wall through 5 strong innings of work. Still 1-0. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Welcome back. We head to the 6th, still 1-0. That was the score after the top of the first inning. It is still our score now. Juju Yano back to work. He's thrown 75 pitches through 5 strong innings. He will face off against 3, 4, 5 for the Wildcats here. And this is probably the inning where we're going to figure out the winner of this game, Jacob. You got the heart of the order here for Livingston, and then for Upperman, Yano, Fow, and Huddleston due up in the bottom half. If they're going to get the run back, more likely than not, it's going to be in the 6th inning.
Yeah, and for Yano, I mean, he's been throwing it really well. It's just that first inning, got the bases loaded in the 1 out, was able to work around that, only giving up the sac fly for L.A. You feel like this is a good opportunity to maybe get 1 or 2 more across and see if you can't go to that bottom of the next couple of innings with Parrott, who's been really throwing it well. 10 strikeouts through 5 innings so far.
And obviously here in this one, Livingston, they've been hunting that insurance run, but it's been tough to come by with the way Yano's throwing. That one didn't come out clean on the breaking ball to Tayshawn Hayes, who reached on an error in the first and flew out in the third.
Well, let's not forget, no Caden Shanks today for Upperman, and only 1 hit on the board for Upperman right now.
And he would be coming up in the next half inning for Upperman. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball. This one's hit right to Yano, who fields it like a routine grounder, walks it over, and flips to Wilson for the first out of the inning.
That's the thing for Yano. It's mainly been Carson Parrott in this game, not only on the mound, but at the plate as well. He's been aboard a couple of times. He has not given up that many base runners.
Dylan York going to stand in here. He walked back in the first, flew out. He lined out, really. It was a hard hit ball to center field that Justin Fallon came up and grabbed back in the 4th.
He's always a danger at the plate.
He is. Behind him is Dawson Ledbetter. As Livingston looking for an insurance runner, too. This one rolled over, angling into foul territory, and it'll be strike 1. We'll be there in Livingston tomorrow night, 5:30. The stakes of that game going to be determined by the next 2 innings here in this one.
Yeah, it could be a really good big one coming up tomorrow.
Could be a district championship game tomorrow. If Upperman comes back to win this one, they will win the district. Livingston can force that de facto district title game. This one rolled over. Braden Green ranges to his right to make the throw over to first in time. And it's 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th as both these pitchers continue to just churn out.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're both cruising. It's just that equalizer or the difference maker in that first inning so far. And we'll see if the Bees are able to maybe crack the armor that Carson Parrott is coming up in the bottom of the inning.
Dawson Ledbetter had an RBI sac fly, the lone RBI of the game. Back in the 1st, he walked in the 4th and was left stranded at 2nd. First pitch in. It's called a ball, 1-0.
All game, Vince. Finish strike all game, Vince.
1-0 pitch. That one. Called a ball again, 2-0. And that's one, if I promise you, if rookie Allison lines up 6 inches further to the right, same spot's called a strike. Here comes the 2-0. This one flared up into the air. Could be a tough play. Braden Green says he has it. Backing up, and he does, to record the final out as Livingston goes down 1-2-3. We continue to zip along here Big opportunity for the Bees when we come back with 9-1 and 2 due up, but Carson Parrott striding back out confidently to the mound. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network. Carson Parrott is on 69 pitches through 5 innings. He goes back to work here in the bottom of the 6th. Yano, Fallon, Huddleston due up in this half for the Bees. Upperman with one hit in this game so far. Just 2 base runners, both came back in the 2nd inning. It has been Carson Parrott's day. He's trying to continue it here, and we mentioned in the top half, Jacob, Upperman's going to have a rally. Conventional wisdom says it's going to be right now.
Yeah, it's got to be right here. And for Juju Yano, you used to be the leadoff batter. Now you're back here in the 9th spot, but leading off this inning. Huge opportunity here for the Bees, especially with Yano leading things off.
Yano was struck out in the 3rd inning after Parrott got a get-out-of-jail-free card on a pitch that was way out of the zone in a 3-1 count. He came back and struck him out on the next pitch, as good pitchers do. And Carson Parrott's a very good pitcher. First one fouled out of play. I cannot remember the last first pitch Upperman didn't swing on, as it's 0-1.
It's been quite a bit.
Parrott's been all around the zone.
Now, that's been the big part. He's thrown a lot of strikes.
Absolutely. He's been sensational out there today, as has been the norm. The 0-1, that one. 1-1. Fastball. Clark Range trying to get their first softball win of the year. They lead Cumberland County 14-3. There's the 1-1 pitch coming here to Yano from Parrott. Caught a ball, 2-1. 1-0 Livingston. They got it in the 1st inning on an RBI sac fly. Dawson Ledbetter scored. I'll give you a guess who. Carson Parrott came across to score. Here comes the 2-1. That one ripped into center field, ranging up to it and under it. Good play made there by Ryan Paul Campbell. It came off the bat and then kind of just floated into center field. Campbell came up to make the play. Big first out there from Livingston Academy.
I think it was closer to the end of the bat. It did sound like it was hit really well, and a good jump by Campbell as well out there in center field. Immediately coming in, he read it well off the bat, and now it's the time for the Bees at the top of the lineup where you got to get some hits here.
I thought it was going to be a fly out right to Campbell, but he had to jump up to grab it, and now we kind of alluded to this in the break talking. Upperman's best chance in the game is probably this right-handed bat to send one over the fence. Justin Fallon stands in 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. First pitch misses low and outside. And because of that, out there on the mound, Carson Parrott only with 1 walk so far. He can make sure he doesn't make that big mistake in a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah, if he gets behind in this count, you got that base open.
Here comes the 1-0. That one does indeed miss outside, 2-0. Evan Huddleston and Chris Worsing behind. Justin Fallon here, but Fallon, he has the power to make it 1-1 with 1 swing of the bat. Here comes the 2-0. Parrott shakes off the first pitch, now comes in with the second. That one, Fallon was trying to make it 1-1, sends it foul out of play at 2-1.
Yeah, you can see the outfielders, they're back there.
Yeah, they in this very big ballpark, and that's also respecting the speed of Fallon. Anything
Correct.
gets out there, he can stretch it to 2 or 3. Parrott, and they're playing to all sides in the outfield. Lots of noise out of that Livingston dugout. The 2-1 misses upstairs, 3-1. Again, a walk, not the worst thing in the world here in this spot, despite the speed of Fallon.
And if you're Upperman, you get a base runner on. You got Chris Worsing, one of the best bats again behind Fallon.
Probably see potential steal for Fallon if he does get on the 3-1. That one is ball 4, and Justin Fallon becomes just the third base runner of the game. Number 1 in the order this afternoon, heads down to first with a 1-out walk. It'll bring up Evan Huddleston. And we don't see small ball a lot for Upperman, but this would be a conventional spot where you could see some small ball. The question will also be, will they try and test Drake Blankenship behind the plate? And will Fallon take off?
A first-year catcher this year, and Drake Blankenship getting the starts this season. And, yeah, you got a lot of speed in Fallon.
6 of 8 on the year, stealing bases for Justin Fallon. Carson Parrott's got a good pickoff move, though. Fallon takes another half step. Ledbetter trying to hold him there. Quick shuffle step inside, a fastball, called a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Big pitch there to Evan Huddleston, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, both looking so far tonight.
It looked like he was watching that one the whole way, too.
And Fallon's starting to bounce around over there on that first base. And now Huddleston shows bunt. He pulls away just in time as that one came inside. And now they're going to appeal. Wondered if they may call a balk as it's 1-1. Parrott's going quickly to try and neutralize the speed, but he has to set that leg before he comes home. It's close. Fallon hugging the bag now, takes another couple of half steps. And now there's the throw from Parrott. You know it was coming at some point. Now the chess match begins. For really the first time in this game, Carson Parrott's had to be concerned with that base runner over there at first. This is a big sequence here as Livingston tries to keep their district title hopes alive. Here comes the 1-1. Huddleston shows bunt. This one tips off the glove, and that allows Fallon to head over to second. And Upperman has a runner in scoring position and a 2-run count here to Evan Huddleston.
Yeah, and you can see it's getting into the mind of Parrott there. With Fallon bouncing around, now he's really going to be able to bounce around on second base, being able to see him the whole time out of the back of his eye and or out of the side of his eye, and especially with Huddleston at the plate. Now you don't have to bunt. You can swing away, and you're still ahead in the count with 2-1.
Huddleston with a ton of speed there in that batter's box as well. 2-1 count. Upperman and West Shanks desperately wanted a balk there. They didn't get one. It's very close, as it typically is. Parrott knows what he's doing out there, though, and now there's energy in the ballpark. Both sides rising to life a little bit here, and a 2-1 count to Evan Huddleston. And the dangerous Chris Worsing looming. Huddleston shows bunt again, as that one is a cross for a strike at 2-2. Parrott in desperate need of another Birdie's Lounge strikeout. He needs number 11 of the day. Huddleston trying to put it in play. There is one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Justin Fallon at second with a ton of speed. Parrott with a check back again. Huddleston's going to swing away. That one gets away again from Blankenship. Big bounce, but Fallon pulls into third, and the tying run 90 feet away, and a full count here to Evan Huddleston. And you can feel it, the intensity arising with every single pitch. Wouldn't surprise me if at some point we see a trip out by somebody from that Livingston dugout just to have a word with the very experienced Carson Parrott on the mound.
This pitch right here could decide the game.
This is huge. A 3-2 count with one out. The base is empty, but you've got an on-base machine looming on deck for Upperman in the form of Chris Worsing. A gigantic 3-2 payoff pitch coming from Carson Parrott. He kicks and deals, swung on and missed on the breaking ball, and that's a big Birdie's Lounge strikeout. Number 11 of the day for Carson Parrott. Puts the second out at the bottom of the 6th inning on the board.
Yeah, that's a big one right there. Able to get him to kind of check at it, watching it the whole way. Huddleston does attempt at it, and now it's Chris Worsing at the plate with Fallon just 90 feet away, like you said.
And that was going to be called strike 3. Huddleston realized it, put a half-hearted swing on it, and now Chris Worsing 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Stands in with a potential tying run 90 feet away. He will call time, as again, Parrott taking a while to get the pitch in from behind home plate.
He's working out of the windup. You've also got Fallon over there who's able to get that extra little bit of a lead with him working out of the windup.
Here comes the first pitch to Worsing. He sends this one up in the air. Should be catchable for Tayshawn Hayes. He's under it. Hayes makes the catch, and the tying run left 90 feet away as we head to the final frame here in Baxter. It's still 1-0 Livingston Academy. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential and multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Sonia Brown, Realtor with American Way Real Estate, is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student-athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It has been 746 days since a team has defeated Upperman in district play. Livingston Academy is an inning away from doing that, but it is as tight as it can get, ladies and gentlemen. A 1-0 lead for the Wildcats. They led 1-0 at the end of the first inning. We sit here at the end of 6. Juju Yano, he's been sensational on the mound for the Bees. Just 2 base hits for Livingston. They've left 2 runners out on the base paths. There's been 1 error for Upperman. It was an unearned run for Livingston back in that first inning. That has been the difference so far. And it is 6-7-8 due up as they look for insurance here. Upperman had their best opportunity. A runner at third with 1 out. They come away empty-handed. A strikeout and a flyout got Livingston out of the jam. It'll be 4-5-6 due up for the Bees in the bottom half. The question is, what will the score be as the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Yano's at just 83 pitches as we head into the 7th. This game has been great tonight as the 0-1 misses away, 1-1, and they are set to do it again tomorrow at 5:30.
Well, and the district tournament gets started on the 1st, next Wednesday.
The 1-1 pitch coming home here. That one does miss away, 2-1.
How fun is tomorrow night going to be if Livingston is able to pull this one off?
If Livingston pulls off, able to win this game, tomorrow will be for the district as the 2-1 comes in. This one rolled over into foul territory. It's Ryan Paul Campbell at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Drew Goolsby's behind him, and then Ethan Hooks due up in this half inning for Coach Loftus' squad.
Yano has had success against this bottom part of the lineup. Has had success against pretty much everybody in the lineup today, but especially this bottom part.
Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball, dips away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big full count here as Livingston wants to put the pressure on here and give themselves an opportunity to make it 2 or 3-0, which has a huge psychological difference. This one is going to be a leadoff base runner. A good piece of hitting by Ryan Paul Campbell brings the Livingston faithful with a round of applause. Leadoff base runner on first for the first time in the ball game, and Drew Goolsby, who's 1 for 2 with a single, will stride in.
Ryan Paul Campbell, good amount of speed over there at first. We've seen him out in center field make a couple of nice grabs, so now you've got some speed on the base path. Yeah. 7 for 7 on stolen bases.
It is rookie Allison behind the dish, though. Already caught the 1 runner who tried to steal. Carson Parrott earlier, who had not been caught stealing this year. And by the way, Clark Range not winless in softball. They do have 1 win over Pickett. My apologies, but that's on Goose. He gave me faulty information. Throw over back in time as Campbell. So Goolsby's at the plate. Now it's 7-8-9 coming up next as they try and do some damage here and create the separation that they need. First pitch in. Bunt is shown. This one goes back towards Yano. He looks to second. The only throw, though, is to first. And Drew Goolsby does the job of moving a potential big insurance run into scoring position now with 1 out as Ethan Hooks, 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout, will stride in.
I would not be surprised if you see it again, especially with this bottom half of the lineup. They struggle to hit it. And you're going to have a conversation here between Coach Loftus and Ethan Hooks, who's stepping in.
Hey, let's go,
So
Coach.
plenty of speed over there at second. And Ryan Paul Campbell at second. Ethan Hooks stands in. Will he drop down the bunt? I'm with you. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And Yano's going to step off. Worsing wasn't covering the bag.
Had him leaning.
Looks back over. Again, typically that's going to be your Caden Shanks out there. Those two know each other like the back of their hand. They've been playing together for 3 years. This one's rolled over. Long way for Green to go. He gets to it, throws to first in time for the out. And now that insurance run 90 feet away as Hooks does the job of moving the runner over. And now Blankenship, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, stands in here trying to bring home that second run.
Well, it wasn't a bunt, but kind of a swinging bunt, and did the job to the right side of the infield, moved the runner over, and they're doing exactly what they want to do, trying to get that insurance run across.
Now, if you're Livingston, though, Blankenship has to put it in play. First pitch from Yano. Called a ball, 1-0. Blankenship awaits. The sun now no longer a factor. It's set behind us.
Cooled off, too.
It has. The 1-0 pitch coming here from Yano. This one ripped over, and it's a base hit. Drake Blankenship does the job. An RBI makes it 2-0 Livingston, and they're on the doorstep now. A big piece of hitting out of the 9-hole for Livingston Academy.
That is the third run driven in on the season for Drake Blankenship, and a huge one for Livingston Academy to put them up 2-0. It flips the lineup back over to the top as well, and a little two-out magic for the Wildcats.
Zach Cotterman now strides in. That's a big one as well because it gives your biggest bats another opportunity. Cotterman, though, 0 for 3. A fly out and a couple of ground outs. Stands in here. Credit the lower half of the L.A. order with a big run there. Yano with a check over. And now delivers in that breaking ball. It's a good pitch for strike one. So now you make it 2-0 with 4, 5, 6 due up for the Bees, and they're going to need a big inning to keep this impressive streak intact. Throw over from Yano. Back in time is Blankenship. And that's the catcher spot. Did they get a runner out there for him, Jacob? Can't tell.
So.
They did. So a courtesy runner out there as it's an 0-1 count here.
I'm guessing that's Junior Steele.
That breaking ball again. This one's flared up into no man's land a little bit. Fallon, though, with a great jump, as does Holroyd. And Carson Holroyd gets to it to record the out, but not before Drake Blankenship adds a big insurance run for Carson Parrott and Livingston. Upperman down to their final 3 outs when we come back. Coverage presented by the South Willow Auto Clinic and Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy, UCR Media Network.
From the sports field to the hunting field, our friends at Hall Sports and Outdoors can outfit anyone. Located in the heart of Jamestown at 207 South Main Street, Hall Sports and Outdoors carries everything from kayaks, fishing gear, and camo to guns and ammo. With top brands such as Columbia, Timberland, Under Armour, Asics, and much more, nobody can top their selection. Need some custom gear for your team? They also offer uniforms, gear, and custom embroidery. Stop by and see them at 207 South Main Street in Jamestown. Hall Sports and Outdoors, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Clint Connor is your local auctions expert. With full service from start to finish, the Exit Crossroads Auction Group are here to make the process easy for you. Visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com for more details and current auctions. Clint Connor, your local auctions expert, is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with creative food and drinks on the rooftop. Fire and Vine is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. No surprise, Carson Parrott back out onto the mound here for Livingston Academy. He's at 88 pitches, trying to close out the most impressive complete game shutout of his year. It is now 2-0 Livingston. It is Alec Wilson, Carson Shoup, rookie Allison due up for the Bees as their very impressive win streak through district play very much hangs in the balance as we head to the bottom half.
Well, the big thing is you have the middle of your lineup up. You've got the guys up that you want to be get up there, and you've got some guys who've been swinging it really well. Alec Wilson, Carson Shoup, the first couple of guys have been getting on base quite frequently here in the last couple of weeks. We'll see if they're able to do it against Carson Parrott, who has been tremendous on the mounds.
The first time we have been here in this bottom of the 7th in a district game since 2022 for the Upperman Bees. And Carson Parrott trying to close it out and give it a winner-take-all for the regular season district title tomorrow night in Livingston. Alec Wilson due up first. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out, which was a very impressive play by Carson Parrott to chase it down in the infield. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. The Livingston fans very much in it here on the road.
There's a lot of them.
There are. Great crowd on hand tonight. Here comes the 0-1 in from Parrott. That one misses low. 1-1 here to Alec Wilson. Wilson, Shoup, and Allison a combined 1 for 6 today. And they're trying to start a bit of a rally here for Upperman. Livingston wants to get it 1 out, 2 outs as quick as they can. Here comes the 1-1. That one from Wilson flared over into right field. Hayes didn't track it great, but he's able to make a great adjustment to it to record the first out of the inning.
Yeah, tough grab there by Tayshawn Hayes, who was able to make it As Alec Wilson took a little bit of a spill rounding first there, but he's back up on his feet and jogging off. And Hayes didn't read great off the bat, able to get there in time for that first out, that all-important first out as well.
Standing in here is Carson Shoup. He is the first one that barreled up a baseball back in the first or in the second inning against Carson Parrott, but it was an out. He's 0 for 2. A fly out and a strike, or a ground out rather. First pitch is a called strike. 0-1 from Carson Parrott. Rookie Allison on deck. He's 1 for 2 today. One of the only base hits for Upperman. The only base hit for Upperman. The 0-1. That one called a ball. 1-1.
It's not great when you have to wait for that.
Parrott looks in. Here comes the 1-1 home. That one ripped over, and it's going to be a base hit for Carson Shoup. He brings the game-tying run to the plate. That's a good piece of hitting by Shoup to send it out into left field. Second base hit for the Bees.
That's what he's been doing, and we'll see if they bring on maybe a runner here for Carson Shoup.
Yeah, it won't surprise me if we see.
Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of movement.
There's not a whole lot of options. Collier Bush is one, but you would want him to come up for rookie Allison.
Right.
And that's the thing. You're not going to see, I would imagine, a lot of aggressiveness out of Shoup on the base pass because he's not the important run if you're Upperman. It's that second one. Rookie Allison, he had the first and only base hit of the game until that one for Carson Shoup back in the second inning. Struck out looking in the fifth. Parrott, quick step in. This one's popped up and out of play at 0-1. And as I check over towards Jeff Goolsby's clock, he's got 95 pitches for Parrott. 62 of them have been strikes.
He's been dealing.
He certainly has. Trying to get another complete game and get the biggest win of the season for Livingston.
Would be his 4th of the year.
That is impressive. Here comes the 0-1 to Allison. This one sent foul, and now Parrott right where he wants to be. Ahead in a count, 0-2. Trying to get that important second out with Braden Green on deck.
Yeah, you kind of got the open book here against rookie Allison, 0-2. Of course, you still want to pay a little bit of attention to the runner.
Parrott with a couple of glances over. The 0-2 coming to Allison. This one, Allison stays alive, and will do it again.
Rookie Allison's good at doing these, and usually when he battles at these, he usually puts a pretty good swing on it as well, and at least gives himself a chance.
And now, though, Parrott knows he's got him in swing mode. See if he throws him maybe some junk and try to get him chasing. Parrott kicks and deals the 0-2. That one misses low. 1-2. He did try to get him to chase something Allison laid off.
The only thing with that is we've seen Blankenship behind struggle with some of those that have been low. We saw a couple of those get by him in that last inning.
The high cheese may be something to think about here with 1-2. Shoup over at first after the one-out single. Parrott with a long look in, now comes home, and he does go with that high fastball. This one barreled up, but it's right at Campbell in center field. Doesn't have to move, and Livingston is out away from forcing a district championship game tomorrow. Braden Green will stand in. He has walked and flown out so far. He's the last chance for Upperman as he's looking to do something to extend this ball game.
If he's able to get on, looks like Collier Bush is in the on-deck circle.
Runner at first is Shoup, and nobody's holding him there now as Ledbetter's backed off. All the attention is towards Green at home plate. First pitch does miss outside for a ball, 1-0.
He usually is able to work some of these counts a little bit, especially, you said it, a little bit smaller of a strike zone.
Shoup with his lead over at first at the one-out single. 3 Bs have been left stranded on the base paths, including Fallon, who would have tied the game, but he was 90 feet away with 1 out in the 6th. That one into Green, fouled back, 1-1. It's a healthy cut on it from Braden Green.
Just a little bit underneath it.
He hasn't done it at the varsity level, but he has set one out of this park in a JV game last year, which would send this place into a frenzy. This place would lose it. Livingston has no intention of letting that happen. 1-1. Carson Parrott trying to close the door. Triple digits now. 100 pitches. Here comes the 1-1. That's a great pitch. 1-2. Upperman down to their final strike tonight. That was a strike every night, right there on the outside corner. 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner at first. Livingston for the win. Parrott says no to the first, likes the second. kicks and deals. Fastball swung on and missed. Livingston Academy comes on the road and gets a big-time victory. Final score, Livingston 2, Upperman 0, and we will see you tomorrow night for the District 7 AAA regular season title.
Yeah, what a win for the Wildcats in this one. 746 days the last time that Upperman lost a 7 AAA game. That was against Cumberland County at the time in that shootout, if you'll remember, 16-15. This time at Barnburner, 1-0, or 2-0, as Carson Parrott is able to get the job done on the mound. His 4th complete game of the year and his 6th victory of the year on the mound as well.
A lot to talk about in this one as we welcome you into the South Willow Auto Clinic post-game show. Final score once again, Livingston gets the win 2-0. Now Livingston improves to 8-1 on the year in 7 AAA play. Upperman falls to 8-1. The winner tomorrow night wins the regular season district title. The loser falls into the 2 seed in what will be a traditional double elimination district tournament. So big one there as it changes the seeding. You're talking about facing Cumberland County to facing a Sparta or DeKalb County. That's a big difference. Your season's going to be on the line potentially against one of those teams, and you definitely want to play for those matchups. I believe
it also goes to the host as well, whoever wins, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right about that.
Because it's been at Upperman the last couple of years as they have won it the last few years.
Right now, interesting things to talk about. Of course, we'll have our Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. Will Upperman get Caden Shanks back tomorrow? They need him. They missed him badly in that lineup tonight with Carson Parrott out there throwing the way he did. That will be something big to watch, but tonight it was Carson Parrott's night for Livingston Academy.
He very easily is going to be the Nelson Trophy and screen printing player of the game. The 7 innings, just the 2 hits, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts in this one on 100 pitches, a little bit over 100 pitches in this one. And again, this is a good Upperman lineup. They've been hitting well. Obviously, they hit well against CPA. They hit well against Watertown in a couple of innings there. And Carson Parrott came in with some really good numbers, and he put it up against one of the best team in the district, and it held up well against him. And again, can't go without saying, no Caden Shanks in this game. How does that change if he's able to play in this one? And we might be able to see it tomorrow night.
We will find out. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to see. Not to be lost in this game was the outing that Juju Yano put up. He's going to be credited with the loss, but he did not earn a loss this evening.
No, it was really good. 7 innings. He also goes the complete 7 innings, just 4 hits, 2 runs. Only 1 was earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. I mean, there was not a whole lot of contact on either side. Carson Parrott was able to get around in that first inning. And what a job by the bottom of the lineup for Livingston Academy in the top half of the 7th. Those guys have really been struggling this season. They're able to get on. They're able to move them around. And then a really big hit, the 3rd run driven in on the season by Drake Blankenship, comes at the biggest time of the season.
Well, tonight was a lot of fun, but now it feels like the appetizer. Big-time game tomorrow night in Livingston, 5:30 p.m. first pitch. We will be there for all the action live on the UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel. Once again, myself and Jacob will be there. The winner wins the regular season district title in District 7 AAA as Livingston comes on the road and ends Upperman's over 2-year undefeated stretch in District 7 AAA. Once again, your final score tonight, Livingston 2, Upperman 0. A big win for Livingston sets the table for a massive game tomorrow night. We sure hope you'll join us for it. Until then, I'm Noah McKay. For Jacob Vincent to my right and everybody at UCR,